Morning folks, and welcome back to another Homestead film today. So let's give you an update. We've been busy, we've had a few jobs on. So right, first job, we've managed to get this nice path in. So the difficulty was with this site, it's on a slope. That's going to continue. I'll show you where that's going to go in a minute, but we've got this nice wood chip path that goes into the garden. I've no slipping or sliding on funny angles. We've managed to get all these bushes out that we had in the front garden bit. So if you remember from the last film or the first film, whatever film it was, we had quite a few bushes in here and they were a bit haphazard, and it made it hard work for mowing round, to be honest. So what we did, we dug that path out. We used all the turf to get all these big patches of ground all turfed up. So that is all nice and easy to mow now. Should be an absolute dream. And when we took this place on, we said we wanted to create a wildlife haven, and not just for the birds and animals, but also, you know, for the bees and the insects and pollinators. And you can see we've started mowing. We're just leaving it all to do whatever it wants to do. There's foxgloves coming through, and this place is an absolute mass of insects and butterflies, hopefully in another month's time, when we've had a few appearing already. So it's an absolute haven for the insects. So I might even have to treat myself to a macro lens, I think, and do a bit of macro stuff. But it's full of blossom and flowers and an absolute insect's dream. So let's have a wander along this path. So as you can see, nice and level now. Not sure what to do going up into the orchard. We might even extend that path yet, but for now we're just going to concentrate on this bit. Right, so moving down towards the barn, we've managed to got some new lighting in the barn, which is fantastic because it's a bit dark and dingy in there. We'll have a quick peep in here. So we've got them big round LEDs, so it's fantastic in here now. Dead light, I can work till dark in here, no problem at all. Down into the wood store. We've got the wood store nicely nicely filled up, so that'll keep us going for, well, it'll keep us going for a little while anyway. But we're not using the wood burner at the moment because it's nice and warm, isn't it? Stone wise, I've been trying to clear this mammoth pile of stone. So all that stone came out the side of the barn there. That's going to have to be rebuilt at some time. That's another project. So we've just been getting the stones out of the ground. We might even use that for a stone wall up on the meadow setup. See if we can get some birds of prey down on the stone walls, which would be cool. Polytunnel, our funky little polytunnel, which is going to do for this year. We're going to keep hold of it. So we've managed to clear this out. We've got all this side clear, so we're ready for tomatoes and cucumbers and all that, and we've got all the tools down that side. And we put this shelter up. So the previous owners, they left this shelter. We've just chucked the mowers in there. That's a great bit of storage. And onto the side garden bit. Now, what we've decided with this, there's all the soil. That's what we've dug out from the path. So it's actually pretty good soil, that. So we're going to, once that's mixed with some organic matter, that'll be great. We're going to put a lot of raised beds in here. So from about, let's have a look, pretty much level with the side of the barn. There's Ruby having a wander about. So about that kind of level. We've got all that area. We're going to put a series of raised borders, and we're going to put a couple of greenhouses down here. Unsure yet whether to do a big polytunnel or whether to do a couple of greenhouses, because I think greenhouses look better than polytunnels myself, but we'll see nearer the time anyway. So back up here, we'll just jump the ditch. So the path to nowhere. Well, when we get this finished, I might even dig that out tomorrow. That's going to come along here, and then we're going to build a bridge going across the ditch that I dug out last week. There we go. So that's coming from the house. The bridge is going to come across here, and that's going to be the access going up to the hide. So as I was mentioning about the ditch, it was absolutely choked, full of leaves and bits of trees and branches and all sorts. So I started digging it out. It took me, I don't know, I bet it took me most of the day, and it was graft as well. But we've got it running now, because this banking that you can see here, it gets quite wet. It holds the water, and what I think was happening was the ditch was holding the water, and it was taking the, you know, path of least resistance and soaking into the ground, so it's drying up. It's actually worked. So there's the ditch, all dug out, nice as you like. So that path is going to, let's spin you around again. So the path's going to come along here, along the side of the ditch, and it's going to run into this little bit here that we've cleared. So we've made a little temporary bridge just for ease of getting across. We've started putting a few bark chippings down here, and then we're going to make the path up here. I've got my gate there. We're going to use that big telegraph pole as a gate post. We're going to put a gated access into the meadow.
Told you really.
This little spot here, we've had the badgers in here, so this is going to be a little camera trap project. You can see I've got one of my mounts up there, so we've had the badgers coming through them ferns. That'll be a lovely picture. And we've also got the path going up. Oh, there's a camera trap there. The path going up into the orchard. So we've got two access paths, if you will, depending on the weather. Now into the meadow. So again, spin you around, so we'll go through the gate. This is getting overgrown, so we've just got a load of wood chips delivered. I'm going to strim this after, and this is going to be the path access up to the hide when we get the hide built, which is hopefully going to start in the next month. So you can see how, from the last film, how much stuff has grown. It's gone absolutely mad. It's like a jungle. So we're going to get all this trimmed down, 3 foot wide path going to the back of the hide, so we've got a nice quiet access. If there's birds out there, we won't be disturbing them. We'll be coming in the hide from the back end. So at the moment we've still got the monal up here. There we go, the old monal, and there's our setup. Now, yesterday I was just up in the studio, looked out the Velux window, and we've got a big perch that we put up. You'll have seen this in the last film. So that big perch there, and we had 2 buzzards sat on it, completely unexpected. I was getting a bit worried that we weren't getting them coming down, but they've obviously, there was no bait down, nothing like that, and they were just sat on it happy as you like. So they found a nice vantage point there, so that's something we can capitalise on. So that big perch there, and they were sat right on the top there, 2 of them. And I also had a bit of, I think I put a pheasant down, and we had them coming down on this bit where the setup is. So the meadow at the moment, we're just leaving that to do what it wants to do. You can see all the stuff coming through. These are all the wildflowers. So in a few weeks, this meadow should be an absolute mass of wildflowers. And this bit in front of the setup, you can see we've just mowed that. So, well, you can see the remnants of the pheasant there on the ground. So we had 2 pheasants down, which we had 2 buzzards down fighting. So that's really encouraging for getting the birds of prey down. Box wise, I don't know if I showed you on the last film actually, but anyway, we've got a barn owl box up there. I know it's not barn owl country this, but there are barn owls within a few miles nesting. So big shout out to an Irene who came and put that box up for me a few weeks ago. So that's the Montgomeryshire Barn Owl Trust. Fantastic job of putting that box up there. And down here again, we've got another camera set up here, and we've had the badger coming under the, I put that big log there, and we've had the badger coming under that fence there. So that the keen PT ranger, that's been keeping an eye on that for us. So what we've decided as well, we're going to put a big pond in. I think every wildlife haven, or anywhere that you've got wildlife and you want to attract wildlife, it's an absolute no-brainer putting a pond in. So if we go down to the bottom of the meadow, and you'll be able to see, so looking back up the field there, so we're thinking right here a big pond, and that will be absolutely fantastic. That is a big job. That's going to be, I don't know when we're going to get that done, but that is definitely on the radar. That is a must, getting the pond in. So, and that, I think that's about it really. That's a bit of an update for you. The boxes are doing really well. So all the boxes we put up, I'm not sure how many we put up, 15 or 16. I've checked a few out. We've got blue tits in them. There's one. I don't know if you can see that one actually. Yeah, there's one just up there. That's got blue tits in at the moment. Another couple I've checked, they've got blue tits in. We had one up in the little wood on the left hand side of the road, and I'd actually been lent the 180 to 600 by Nikon, and I was supposed to be doing a full review on it, and just the weather conspired against me and other things, and I didn't manage to get the full review done. But I was just stood up in that wood and we had the pied flycatchers in, which was fantastic. I got some lovely pictures of them. I'll put them up now, but anyone that's thinking of that 180 to 600, superb. What a fantastic lens that is. For the money, you just can't go wrong. It's an absolute belter. For a walk around lens, it's just superb. I couldn't find any fault with it whatsoever. So we'll try and get another lens of it and then we can do a proper review. But as I said, the boxes are doing really well. We've got birds in. I was a bit late putting them up, but that's how it goes sometimes, isn't it? You know, we've a lot of jobs on here, we've a lot of things to do. So there we go, back onto the little path. And I think that's probably it for this one. It's just a quick update of what we've been doing down at the homestead, the wildlife homestead. We're we're getting there. Every day is a busy day, but it's the best way to be, isn't it? You know, before you know it, you're clocking out and getting ready for bed. So, oh, big wood stack there. What do you think of that? Big circular wood stack. I've wanted to build one of them for years, but never had the room. So, I am now going to get all these wood chips shifted, get them up on the meadow. I'm going to get the strimmer out, get strimming, and thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. See you now.